Graduands, friends, whānau and distinguished guests, we are about to begin. Please enjoy this video Massey University has put together, which contains some helpful information.
Hey! Yeah!
Look what we got!
What do we do with these?
I've got mine too. Titiro. We'll have a practice run.
Oh, yes, thank goodness.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Ni hao, talofa lava, ma loelelei, konnichiwa. No mai haere mai koutou to distinguished guests, friends, whānau and graduands. Welcome to Massey University graduation. For those of you graduating today, well done. You've made it ka rawe. For those supporting our graduates, you've made it also. Found your car park, found your seat. Nice work.
What's he looking at?
Your personal journey to graduation has taken time, dedication and determination, all of which you've applied throughout your time at Massey. It is something you should be very proud of. A qualification from Massey University is recognised and respected all over the world. But don't just take it from me. Esteemed guests, let me introduce you to Jeremy Corbett.
Well, thanks for having me. Massey's community of graduates, or alumni, as I like to say, because I'm Latin, extends to more than 154,000 past students in over 150 countries. Our alumni office will keep you connected with the university after you graduate. They've got news, updates, professional development opportunities, and exclusive invitations to networking functions. Visit alumnionline.massey.ac.nz to register. Don't be a stranger.
Sweet. Now some of you might have been here before, so you know what to expect. But for the rest of you, pay close attention and we'll run you through what you need to know. Now for some housekeeping before we start. Please ensure all mobile phones are on silent and your camera flash is turned off for the duration of the ceremony. You don't want to be that person.
My bad. Sorry.
Our team are on hand if you need help at any point during today's ceremony. Due to current health regulations, masks are recommended to be worn in the auditorium. Wharepaku or toilets are located in the venue's foyer. Head to the closest store and the ushers can direct you. You'll find water, first aid kits and spare masks in the foyer.
In the event of an emergency, please keep calm. Follow the calm directions of the venue and the calm Massey staff and make your calm way towards the exit. Calmly.
Be mindful of those around you, and if you need assistance, our team are there to help. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, we can get into the ceremony formalities. You'll be asked to stand while the official and academic processions enter the room and head to their seats on the stage. I'll take you through that setup later. But first, let's make sure you're dressed correctly and ready to go. If you're receiving a diploma or certificate, you'll be wearing a gown with a stole that sits straight down the front of your gown with the university coat of arms facing out. If you're receiving your postgraduate certificate or diploma, you will have a stole, gown, and are entitled to wear a trencher in recognition of your prior qualification. Bachelors and masters, you will also have a gown, but with a coloured hood and a trencher. Yes, that portai you are holding, it's called a trencher. But don't put it on your head yet. You put that on when you graduate. Remember, you're still a graduand. Your hood goes over your shoulders with the coloured satin against your back. If you're holding a bonnet like I am, you'll be receiving a doctorate, and this isn't your first rodeo. Your hood is all satin with red on the outside and blue on the inside. The red should be facing straight down the front of your gown. We welcome all cultural garments to be worn with pride across the stage. Those with korowai and Pacific cloaks. These are worn over your gown with the hood draped over top. Whakarongo mai, listen up. This is very important photo information. Your hood should be up on your shoulders when crossing the stage and not sliding down around your arms.
Don't worry, we have ushers who will ensure your regalia is sitting correctly and you're looking fabulous just before you cross the stage. And if you realise there's something missing from your regalia set, please let one of the Massey staff know as soon as you can. It's okay, there's still time. Calm.
Let's have a meet your neighbour moment. Turn to your left or right and say hi to your neighbour. Check they've got all their regalia on correctly. Now that we know you look the part, let's talk about the stage. The first two rows are the people running the show. That's the Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, and the senior leadership team, followed by our council members and college academics who will be calling your names. The rows behind are filled with the people who helped get you here, your lecturers, tutors, and supervisors. Our venues are also equipped with hearing loops. Okay, it's time to walk the walk. When it's your turn to cross the stage, your full name will be called. It's really important you're in the right seat. The seat number on your ticket and your seat allocation is the order in which you'll be called to cross the stage. Now's your chance to check you're in the right seat. Once you know you're in the right seat, let's get ready for your call. Bachelors and Masters, hold your trencher in your left hand and not your right. You'll need that one to shake the Chancellor's hand later. When your name is called, leave everything else on your seats. Unless you're getting your PhD, in which case you will be joining the academics on the stage. Walk, don't run, towards the Chancellor who is poised to shake your hand. The Chancellor has to shake a lot of hands today, so take it easy on them. If you don't wish to shake hands, please walk towards the Chancellor with your right hand on your left shoulder. When you reach the Chancellor, they'll doff you with a special doffing cap. Smile. Your official photograph will be taken. Take your time crossing the stage. This is a happy moment, your happy moment. All those late nights, stress deadlines, group assignments, they're all behind you. You can now put your trencher on. You are no longer a graduate. Nope. You have officially graduated.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud.
Before you leave the stage, you'll be handed your qualification, your tohu. Embrace your well-deserved cheering and applause. Then head back to your seat to return the favour for your friends. Last but not least, to your friends, whānau, ainga and family who have supported you through this journey. It's your moment too. When your graduate crosses the stage, stand up, cheer and applaud. We encourage you to waiata, haka, pese and honour your graduate. Let's all celebrate together. Make some noise. Once again, congratulations. Today is a celebration of your academic success. We hope today you feel an enormous sense of pride and satisfaction in what you've achieved, and excitement for your future aspirations.
E tū ki tō kei o te waka, kia pākia koe e ngā ngaru o te wā. Stand at the stern of the waka and feel the spray of the future biting at your face. rangatira, mātou e tangi nei, e kawe nei, ngā mai moia. Haere atura e te rangatira. Te kuninga ki pure huroa, e mihi atu nei ki a koutou, ngā whānau, ngā pau toko manawa, e tau toko nei a koutou tauira, nau mai, hara mai, rarau mai ra.
Tēnā koutou katoa. He mihi tino mahana. Warm greetings to you all gathered here today. I declare this congregation to be in session. Please remain standing as we start our proceedings today with the University Waiata.
Te kunenga ki pure uroa. Nei rā te reo karanga e tau atu nei. Ki te hapai a te rau tangata. Whakako whakaeke ki te komata. Te kunenga ki pure uroa. Te ara matarana ka whakaewa e. Te maramatanga ka kitea e ki mihi ara ngā haua grafita e. Te kunenga ki pure uroa. Te kunenga ki pure uroa.
Please be seated. A tēnei te mei atu ki te iti, ki te rahi te katoa koutou, kua rau ke mai nei i tēnei rangi nui whakaharahara. E tangi tonu ana tēnākou, mō rātou kua naro i te o tirohanga. Kanohi haere, koutou haere o ti atu. Kia tātou te kanohi ora e huihui nei i raro i te maru o Oteha. A tēnā tātou. A ki te iwi kainga Ngāti Whātua ki Kaipara. Tai atu kei ona piranga katoa, tēnā koutou katoa. No reira e nā karangatanga katoa, tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa. A Vice-Chancellor, members of the Massey University Council, the University Community, the Auckland Campus Graduation Committee, distinguished guests, graduates and families. My name is Michael Ahi and I am the Chancellor of Te Kununga ki Purihoro Massey University Council. This means I chair the group responsible for overseeing the university's governance and have the very great pleasure in presiding over graduation ceremonies and conferring qualifications to our successful students. I want to extend my thanks to everyone involved in putting this ceremony together. It feels even more important today, doesn't it, to be together today when we reflect on the last 2 years when this was not always possible. It is my great pleasure to be with you and to warmly welcome you to the first of 8 ceremonies here in Tamaki Makaurau in Auckland. For those of you with friends and whānau who cannot join us in person, our ceremonies are streamed live on the Massey University website so they can still be part of your special day. For 95 years, Te Kununga ki Purihoro Massey University has played a fundamental role in the development and advancement of Aotearoa New Zealand's economic and cultural landscape. Through a combination of research and teaching, we strive to make significant change by seeking knowledge to answer the real-world problems impacting the world. And one of the most important ways we can continue to achieve our commitment to making a difference is through our tauira, or our students. By supporting their ambitions and vision, we play a role in helping students to set a course for strong and influential futures that weave together to build a better future for New Zealand and indeed the world. The commitment, passion and work ethic of our graduates mean they do much more than just complete their chosen course of study. They have been able to grow and understand their potential in immensely valuable ways that opens doors to lots of possibilities. From here, you have the confidence and capability to forge new pathways, become leaders in your own space and continue to strive to make a real and lasting difference. Learning is an endless journey, a pursuit that will see you make great contributions to the world around you. This week, Massey University is awarding a total of 1,335 students. That's a lot of handshakes, so go gentle. At the Massey Business School ceremonies, a total of 368 in person and a further 62 in absentia will be conferred degrees and diplomas awarded. Today is a celebration of academic success, and while it is about you, the graduands, it is also about your friends and your whānau out here today who helped carry you through this time in your life with their support, their encouragement, and perhaps some welcome distraction along the way. To those of you in the audience, here to acknowledge the success of your loved one, I urge you, don't hold back when they cross the stage. Now, to those of you preparing to accept your parchment, I encourage you to reflect on the magnitude of this moment. This achievement comes from your sacrifices and hardships, your triumphs, your successes, and with all these experiences, they have shaped who you are. Today proves you're already changing the world by changing yours through your commitment and dedication to achieving a university education. I know you will continue to make a significant impact on your chosen paths, and those same values motivating you to always aim higher. As Chancellor, I welcome you to our Massey alumni whānau and hope through the many connections it offers, your career will be supported and your life will be enhanced. Congratulations once more on achieving your qualification. And I know that today, as you cross the stage, it symbolises not an end but a beginning to the future of your choosing. Each of you are a part of the Massey University legacy now. We look on you proudly as you take the next big step. Kia kaha, kia toa, kia reti, be strong, be brave, be ready. No reira, tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa. By the authority of the Council of Massey University, I, Michael Ahi, Chancellor, will now award the certificates and diplomas and confer the degrees on those to be presented and on those in absentia. Dr. Jeff Stangl, Director, International and Strategic Partnerships, will now present graduates and recipients of certificates and diplomas in the Massey Business School. And Associate Professor Joe Cullinane, Deputy Pro-Vice Chancellor, Massey Business School, will hand out the parchments.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Business the graduands I am about to name. Samantha Primrose Addison Sipe. Reuben Thomas Balker Andrews. Grace Ellie Botil Armstrong. Ryan Diedrich Arps. Aaron James Bloodworth. Wanda Louise Bowman, Katie Anna Mae Chomley, Jeremy Jin Hong Choi, Chanel Tanya Clyde, Lisa Cherie Cunningham, Massey Scholar, Thelma Makanaka Gunda, Callum John Harvey, Brianna Mary Canaris, Adam Monroe Lee, Chian Wen Lee, Lu Yao Liu, Zhang Luo, Rachel Anna Patricia Maki, Mohammed Adil Hafiz bin Maskri, Brad John McNaughton, Adam Blair McPeat, Tara McTurnan, Adrian Niker, Brandon Aiden Pilling, Amber Cherie Sargent, Toby Keenan Devlin Sharp, Ji Wei Shi, Stephanie, Nicole Anna Vaughn, Massey Scholar, Adriana Marie Vickers, Massey Scholar, Adam Vucic, Massey Scholar, Sophia Wake, Pei Yao Young, nope. Rauchen Young, Jintong Ye, Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Sports Management the graduands I am about to name. Samuel Kreutzer, Edward Chai Hua Lau. Yiting Liu. Thank you, Chancellor.
Tēnā tātou. Thank you, everyone. It's now my great pleasure to invite Glenn McClutchy to address the graduates. Since graduating from Massey University in 1993, Glenn has worked in the field of information technology, heading up both business and IT functions in executive positions across several industries. He has successfully run a technology company from New Zealand, exporting products into China, Malaysia, India, and the Middle East, winning both Exporter and High-Tech Corporate of the Year. More recently, Glenn was the Chief Information Officer for Meridian Energy, and since 2016 has been the Chief Information Officer of Sky City Entertainment Group Limited. Glenn holds a Master of Information Systems from Swinburne University of Technology, Australia, and a Bachelor of Business Studies from Massey University. He is a board member of the Auckland charity Big Brothers Big Sisters, an advisory board member of Cyber Research, and the executive sponsor of Sky City's Employee Pacifica Group. Please join me in welcoming Glenn.
Tihei mōri ora. Tuatahi ka mihi o kia koe e Chancellor, tēnā koe. Tuarua ka mihi o kia koe e Vice Chancellor, tēnā koe. Kina kai mahi o te whare wānanga nei, tēnā koutou. I ngā mana, i ngā rio, i ngā hau i whā, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Well, I'm here today really to honour you guys, to acknowledge the journey you've just been on, and more importantly to hopefully impart some wisdom on the journey you're about to go on, which of course is this day forward the rest of your life. I'm completely humbled and honoured to be able to stand here in front of you today, and like so many before me, I asked the question, why me? You see, I was a C grade student at Massey and graduated way back in the 90s, so a very long time ago. But I figured out why me. It's really just about sharing stories. So any stories really, and in the hope that they will resonate with you as you go forward with your life. So today, what I wanted to do was share with you my story, to share 3 very simple events that in of themselves were quite insignificant, but they became life lessons for me. You see, my path to university was not typical of most. My background is similar to some of you here today, but certainly not similar to the majority. But it's that very background that has given me the courage to challenge myself and change the path that I was on. So my background, here's a little bit about it. You know, I'm the grandson of Scottish immigrants that settled in Gisborne. They came from Glasgow in the early 1900s. They had 9 boys and 1 girl. Felt sorry for her. One of the older boys was my father, and he was a big man. He was used to hard physical labour as a drain layer, but he was also an enforcer. And my memories of him are mixed with fear and admiration, of drinking, fighting, smashing the house up. He was killed in a hit and run on my 10th birthday. My mother, an amazing woman, was one of 14 children. And with her older sister, pretty much brought the younger kids up. She was Māori, with no iwi or whakapapa, because my grandmother was adopted. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of drinking, a lot of violence in that kind of background. And you know, sadly, it's similar of a lot of families still today in New Zealand. It's part of the reason why I am part of the charity Big Brothers Big Sister, to mentor young kids in these situations. But there was a lot of great values that my mother had, but education was not one of them. Education was far above our station. So school was tough for me in terms of learning anything. I said birthday instead of birthday. My clothes were from the Salvation Army thrift shop. Nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, there was some pretty good clothes there. I'm just painting a picture of the boy then, the start of my journey, if you will. So life lesson number 1, Belmont Primary School, Lower Hutt, 1973. You can kind of fade to black and white now. Tony Hunkin's mum goes to university. So Mrs. Hunkin helped around the school, and she reminded me a lot about my mother. She was Māori, similar age, lovely, lovely woman. And I remember asking Tony, why and how is your mum going to university? For me, it was an elite status, and it just didn't fit with my kind of upbringing and thinking. And what he told me was, you didn't need school certificate, you didn't even need university entrance, you only needed to be over 20. So that kind of stuck with me. Even as young as 9 years old, I kind of put that in the vault. And that was kind of one of my first life lessons, is that there is always another way. There's an alternative to do something. But it was locked away in the vault. Life lesson number 2, Nainai College, 1977. Starting to get a feel for how old I am now. I'm sitting on the field as Billy Graham addresses a group of boys as part of our PE class. Now, I'm talking about Billy the boxer from Nainai, not the American evangelist. If you don't know who Billy is, look him up. An amazing guy who has influenced hundreds, if not thousands, of young boys to excel in life. We sat in that field that day, and my father was a few years dead. I'm feeling a bit lost. I'm in the class at school with, well, let's just say the less educated. It's not what we called it back then. Billy started to tell us that we could be whoever and whatever we wanted to be, that we had choices to make, and that whatever we set our minds to could become reality. In other words, if you think you can, you can. So I locked that in the vault. Because this was my first introduction to the power of positive thinking. And years later, I read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I memorised a poem in there that simply stated, life's little battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. Sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. Now, I get the gender balance is not quite right there, but it was written in the 1930s. So the point is, hopefully you get the point. Life lesson number 2 for me was the enormous power of positive thought. So we moved to Wellington now, mid-1980s, and I'm doing okay. I'm working part-time in some Wellington bars. I'm flatting and hanging out with some university students. And one of my uni mates asked, why didn't I ever go to university after school? What they didn't know was that I'd left school partway through the 5th form, or year 11 for a lot of you guys. Never really attended during that year, and certainly did no work during the 4th form or year 10. See, here's the thing. I could barely write a legible sentence. I realise now that I was dyslexic as hell, undiagnosed of course, and just, back then you were essentially put in a class with a whole lot of other similar kids and categorised as disruptive and lazy. But I got great school reports with fantastic advice like, must try harder. But the university seed for me was, and the possibility of higher education way beyond the stature of my family was firmly planted, because I knew, thank you Mrs. Hunkin, that all I needed to be was 20 to attend. I also knew, thank you Billy Graham, that if I thought I could, I could. Life lesson number 3, London 1988, think men with perms and big hair. Flatting with about 10 other Kiwis in a 3-bedroom flat, as you do. An older brother of one of my flatmates there turned up in this really flash car, and it was in the 80s, right? It was a Saab, one of the square-shaped ones, had leather interior, CD player. I mean, it oozed style back in the 80s. And for me, I just couldn't work out why we were in this flat and he was driving this nice car. So I asked him all sorts of questions, spent a lot of time with him trying to figure out who he was, what he did, and how come he was in that situation. Turns out that he worked for a company called BP Oil in New Zealand, and they seconded him to London and paid for everything. For me, that was like firmly locked in the vault. I couldn't believe it, that organisations would pay for you to travel the world and pay for all your accommodation, give you nice cars. It was like a dream come true to me. But the life lesson there was really about getting to know the people you want to be like. Ask about their path and learn from them. People love telling their story to someone who's interested, or if they have a captive audience. I turned 26 years old in London. I'm working as a motorcycle courier. I'm drinking and fighting too much, and I wake up one morning in a metaphorical gutter. It was as if a light switch had turned on for me, but in reality it was probably just the very first time my frontal lobe had connected with the rest of my brain. And I realised then that if I wanted a family and provide a safe and secure environment for them, different to what I had experienced, then I needed to sort my stuff out. All of the previous life lessons that I've just mentioned stored away in my subconscious came together, and I made that very conscious decision then and there that I would return to New Zealand, go to university, and positively influence the next chapter of my life. Now, the rest is somewhat history, apart from how I managed to get through university with little to no previous education, and how I managed to get a job at BP. Travel the world, first class, and drive flash cars. Phenomenal. But that's probably for another time over a beer maybe. So I just want to leave you with these 3 lessons that I've used in my life. The first is, there's always another way. When you come up against roadblocks and naysayers, and you will, there's always an alternative path. The power of positive thought and self-affirmations cannot be underestimated. All that we are arises with our thoughts. Surround yourself with the people you want to be like, and listen to their stories, because they will be your coaches and your mentors in the future. I hope you have a very safe, happy and fulfilled rest of your life. Thanks very much and go well.
Oh, thank you, Glenn, for your address. There's some wonderful lessons there, and also a lesson on how to deliver an address, storytelling. Well done, Glenn. Thank you so much. Tēnā koe, wa, tēnā koe. We will now continue with the conferment of degrees and the award of university certificates and diplomas.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the Graduate Diploma in Business Studies the candidates I am about to name. Justine May Brady. Nina Luksha. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the postgraduate diploma in health service management the candidates I am about to name. Nuno Miguel Ganhao Materio. With distinction. Apology. Eamon Sammy Wadi Marcus. With distinction. Lachelle Paulette McCartney, with distinction. Parare Huia Eratahere. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the postgraduate diploma in sport management the candidate I'm about to name. Hannah Marie Crackman. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Executive Master of Business Administration the graduands I am about to name. Ahmed Askari. Caleb James Brown. Olga Vashe-Slavonova Hudson. Hirusha Fernando, first class honors. Andrew Jonathan James Kinzit, first class honors. Ashwin Vikash Kumar. Simon Leach. Sing Chuan Liu. Luke Mainwaring. Manmohan Malhotra. Indira Priya Mathur, first class honors. Amar Munir. Yessa Orauriki. Simon John Quirk, first class honors. Shum Ying Jackie C., first class honors. Yi Shen. Wendy Ann Smith, first class honors. Vincent Mareko Solomona. Jing Sun, first class honors. Sisavai Juliet Talataina. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Advanced Leadership Practice the graduates I'm about to name. Angela Lee Agrella, with distinction. Ngaire Mihiteria Angus, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the graduation in the degree of Master of Business Administration the graduates I'm about to name. Derek Herewini Buchanan, with distinction. Sean Lucas Cardiff. James Derek Copson. Courtney Hertzawan. Darren Craig Jurgens, with distinction. James Brendan Lafnane, with distinction. Lonnie Max Mackay. Long Dok Nguyen. Michelle Amy Nordemir, with distinction. Andrew Philip Page, with distinction. Stephen Emmanuel Repko, with distinction. Alexander John Wing. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Business Studies the graduates I'm about to name. Fiona Louise Colbert, with distinction. Samani Y. Shankanai Lawanya Dulue Gadera Amasari. Sarah Marion Jack, with distinction. Maria Jelisek Janik, with distinction. Doreen Bhavana Joshi, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Health Service Management the graduates I'm about to name. Michael Leong Tiong Ang, with distinction. Tanya Raid Anwar George, with distinction. Olive Pak Long Lai, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Management the graduates I'm about to name. Amy Jane Boss, with distinction. Shang Tao Yun Chai. Zhong Dai. Sophie Duffel. Kuyan Fu. Rishab Gaba. Yu Gao. Mela Teina Havia. Niija Lee. Si Young Lee. Tyron Stanley McDonald. Srirang Kailas Pawar. Jinglin Chu. Tamira Ngatini Winsinger Risetto. Ankita Sachan. Jesse Louise Scott with distinction. Kirti Kaushal Sharan. Jairong Shen. Yusrung Tang. Janelle Donna Tarp. Huyan Tong Tran. Maya Valisevich. Oh, no. No. 120. Okay. Xiaotian Wu. Ming Shu. Chancellor, the degrees are also conferred and the certificates and diplomas are also awarded to those who are in absentia. Thank you, Chancellor.
Kia ora anō. It is now my pleasure to invite Adriana Vickers to make the valedictory address on behalf of the students. Adriana completed her Bachelor of Business with a focus on Human Resource Management, Employment Relations and Management in October last year. Since completing her studies, she has been working full-time as a People Experience Employer Advisor at the Employers and Manufacturers Association. She believes her studies and internships while at Massey University set her up for success in her HR career. During her time at Massey, she volunteered as a Bachelor of Business Qualification representative, was a residential assistant at Massey Halls, Auckland, and made the Massey Business School Dean's List each year of her studies. Adriana was also named a finalist in the HRNZ Student of the Year category for the 2022 HRNZ Awards. Please join me in welcoming Adriana.
Thank you, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests and teaching staff. Welcome and congratulations to my fellow graduates. Today, we celebrate one of the proudest achievements and days in our lives, surrounded by our family and friends. I'm beyond honoured to be here giving the valedictorian speech. It isn't easy speaking on behalf of all the students when we've all paved our own unique journeys during our time at Massey University. We've all faced our own challenges, and for some of us this meant trying to stay focused during a 3-hour Zoom lecture at 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. But if there is one thing we all have in common here today, is the shared appreciation for the support and resilience we received from Massey University. The Massey Business School staff have been fantastic. They supported, fostered, and encouraged students and that has made the last 2 unprecedented years a success for those of us standing here today. And for the class of 2021, we are probably some of the most resilient and adaptable graduating classes there are. Some of us in this room today spent only 3 semesters of our entire degree in person in a classroom with other students and lecturers. We had a very different university experience, and that we should cherish. We can also be thankful for our families, friends, and our networks for supporting us throughout our degrees, even if that meant kicking them out of the house while we sat an exam. All the graduates in this room today should be so incredibly proud of what you've achieved. We've had lockdowns and COVID disruptions thrown at us twice. We should look back on this time and be proud of how much we all grew as individuals. We are more agile and stronger due to the difficult times we endured together. In the wise words of Kerry Washington, your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. Ngā mihi.
Tēnā koe, Adriana, and thank you for your address. Let us now proceed with the conferment of doctoral graduands.
Chancellor. A doctorate, either a PhD or a professional named doctorate, is the highest research degree awarded by the university. The successful completion of a doctorate represents a significant achievement. Through the submission of a sustained piece of research expressed in the production of a written thesis of no more than 100,000 words, or a creative work of equivalent size and scope, or via a series of publications, candidates are expected to make an original contribution to knowledge in a specific field of study. Candidates will typically spend 3 to 4 years of full-time research solving a problem or addressing a particular set of questions. An international panel of experts then examines the resulting body of work through both written and oral examination. Doctoral research is challenging and represents a huge commitment to advancing research and scholarship. We honour the achievements of our doctoral graduands by inviting them to come onto the stage at the end of the ceremony, thereby formally welcoming them into the academic and scholarly community and acknowledging their entitlement to be called Doctor. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy the graduands I am about to name. Josephine John Malenga, Doctoral Scholar. Chancellor, work-life balance is an essential feature that many employees crave today. Ms Malenga found that positive organisational context elements influence the perception of balance positively. The results provided a foundation for employers and academics to build upon when wanting to cater to the individual needs of the workforce. Chancellor, Dr. Malenga. Zoe Port. The experiences of those working multiple jobs can vary without much explanation for why some people thrive while others struggle. Ms Port investigated situations and outcomes experienced by multiple job holders in Aotearoa and found their experiences differed significantly, which will help to demystify this little understood practice. Chancellor, Dr. Port. Feng Yu. Mr. Yu investigated leadership through an ancient Chinese lens to add a new dimension of thinking about leadership as a manifestation process. He discovered that meaning, decision-making, and working activities are consequences of the workers reacting to their circumstances. The power of leadership lies in the momentum of the silent tendency that drives human activities, and not the activities themselves. Chancellor, Dr. Yu. Thank you, Chancellor. Would all our graduates please stand? He honore nui te whakatau atu I koutou, hei raukura o te kuninga ki pūre huroa. It is my great honour to welcome you as alumni of Massey University. The award of a university degree carries many privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I charge you, as graduates of Massey University, to use what you have learnt for your own betterment and for the benefit of your communities. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and discovery. I charge you to remember the lessons Massey University has taught you about the worth of others, particularly those who've not had the opportunities that you have had. I charge you to set goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. And in all that you do, I charge you to be deserving of the good name of Massey University. Congratulations. You may now be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. Tēnā tātou te whare. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations once more, graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of this ceremony, guests, if you would mind, please remain in your seats until the processions have left the auditorium. I therefore declare this congregation to be adjourned. If I could ask you please to all stand and join with us in a rousing rendition of our national anthem, God Defend New Zealand. Please stand. E tēnei.